Thanks for joining us for part 2 of our conversation with Sunwest's newest team member, Vice President of Reputation and Marketing, Jen LeBlanc. In all of your experience, has there been an observation you've made about reputation with the brands that you've worked with, whether those in the faith community or in the private sector or in media? What has been the biggest mistake or the biggest success that you've seen brands make when it comes to protecting, building, enhancing their reputations?
Yeah, so that's a good question. I've seen a lot, and I don't want to name any names, but I will use an example of when I was at D. We made a huge mistake early on not trusting in our own brand. So when we decided to launch into the business sector, we called that publication Dallas CEO, and it failed miserably, because we thought, no way would the business sector really be able to trust a lifestyle brand, right? And the minute we put the big red and white D at the top and called it DCEO, it became an instant success. So I guess the lesson there is trusting in your own brand and the trust that you've built with your consumers.
Fantastic. So we live in a different day and age where websites are table stakes, right? And it's not just about pull, and if you build it, they will come, because we know that's not the case, but push, and particularly in the digital age of social media, this notion of a 24-hour news day is laughable and ancient history, 1985 type Back to the Future stuff, and now we live in a 24-second news cycle. Absolutely. What's the number one piece of advice that you would give our clients today when it comes to building or protecting or enhancing their reputation?
Yeah, I don't want to say that perception is reality, but I want to say perception is important. So you really need to be able to understand how you're perceived by other people. Don't live in your own reality. You've got to live in theirs. You've got to meet them where they are, and make sure that you're fulfilling your promises and actually being who you want them to see you as.
Jen LeBlanc is the newest member of the Sunwest team, our Vice President of Reputation and Marketing. Welcome. So glad that you're here. So excited to work with you. Can't wait to see what you will do, and can't wait for you all to meet Jen. Until next time, that's 2 minutes of advice from Sunwest.